ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our Iskcon official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss 6th chapter of Subhaga, 5th canto, in which there is a description of activities of Lord Rishabhdev. So we heard the instructions of Lord Rishabhdev in the last chapter, that is 5th chapter. So, and how he left his body, that is described. So in this context, Pariksit Maharaj asked this question in text 1, why Lord neglected mystic power? He could have, by his mystic power, could have left this world, but he didn't accept that mystic power. What is the reason? So in 4 verses, 2 to 5, Sukadeva Goswami explains that the reason, that is nature of mind, research, that is showing, the Lord is showing the example, because mind is so, in text 3 it is stated, no kuryat karichit sakyam manasi hi anavastite jat visrambha chirat chirnam chaskanda tapa aishwaram. That means all the learned scholars have given their opinion. The mind is by nature very restless, and one shouldn't make a friendship with it. If we if we place full confidence in the mind, it may cheat us at any moment. Even Lord Shiva became agitated upon seeing the Mohini form of the Lord Krishna, or to speak others. And also there is another example that Saubhari Muni also fell down from the nature in a mature stage of yogic perfection. 10,000 years he performed austerities in the water of Jamuna in Vrindavan. But how described in Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, 17th chapter, how he fell down. Of course, there is also mention of this Saubhari Muni in 9th canto also. So, in verse 4, it is stated that mind is an unchaste woman. Lord was not attached to his body even when it was being burned up in a forest fire. When the seed of a fruitive activity is burned by the fire of knowledge, the spiritual properties and mystic powers are automatically manifest. Yet Bhakti Yoga is not affected by these mystic powers. An ordinary yogi is captivated by mystic powers and his progress checked. Therefore, a perfect yogi doesn't welcome them, because the mind is restless and undependable. It must remain always under control. Even the mind of the advanced yogi Saubhari created such a disturbance that he lost his yogic mystic powers. Due to a restless mind, even a very advanced yogi can fall down. The mind is so restless that it induces even a perfect yogi to be controlled by the senses. Therefore, Lord Rishabhdev, for the instructions of all yogis, showed the process of quitting the body. In 6 to 8, 7 verses, Sukadeva Goswami describes Lord's disappearance. While traveling in South India through the provinces of Karnataka, Konka, Benka, and Kutaka, Lord Rishabhdev arrived in the neighborhood of Kutakachala. Suddenly there was a forest fire that burned the forest and Lord Rishabhdev's body to ashes. So 9 to 12, these 4 verses describe how Arhata imitated Lord and qualities of Kali Yuga people. In verse 9 it is stated, Sukadeva Goswami continued speaking to Maharaj Pariksit, my dear king, the king of Konka, Benka and Kutaka, whose name was Arhata, heard of the activities of Rishabhdev and imitating Rishabhdev's principles, introduced a new system of religion. Taking advantage of Kali Yuga, the age of sinful activity, King Arhata, being bewildered, gave up the Vedic principles, which are free from risk, and concocted a new system of religion opposed to the Vedas. That was the beginning of the Jaina Dharma, Many other so-called religions followed this atheistic system. This is an atheistic religion. Lord Rishabdev set forth the principles of religion that can free one from material bondage, and he put an end to all kinds of atheistic activities. So, in 13 to 19, these 5 verses describes glorification of the Lord. In verse 13, it is stated, Aho bhuva sapta samudra taya dvipeshu varseshu adipunyam etad gayanti jatratya jana murare karmani bhadrani avatarvanti. Learned scholars stand about the transcendental qualities of Lord Rishabdev in this way. Oh, this ideal planet contains 7 seas and many islands and lands, of which Bharatvarsha is considered the most pious. People of Bharatvarsha are accustomed to glorifying the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his incarnations as Lord Rishabdev and others. All these activities are very auspicious for the welfare of humanity. On this earth, the place known as Bharatvarsha was a very pious land because the Supreme Lord appeared there when he wanted to incarnate. Lord Rishabdev neglected all the mystic powers for which the so-called yogis hanker. Because of the beauty of devotional service, devotees are not at all interested in so-called mystic power. The master of all yogic power, Lord Krishna, can exhibit all powers on behalf of his devotees. Devotional service is more valuable than yogic mystic powers. Devotees who are sometimes misled aspire for liberation and mystic powers. The Supreme Lord gives these devotees whatever they desire, but they cannot attain the most important function of devotional service. The devotional service to the Lord is guaranteed for those who do not desire liberation and mystic power. Jnana karma jnanavratam anukulyan krishna anusulanam bhaktir uttama. Stated in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It is free from this liberation and mystic power, desire for that. So, we have heard about Lord Rishabdev. So, what we will get? What is the results of hearing about Lord Rishabdev? Stated in verse 16. Sukadeva Goswami continued, Lord Rishabdev is the master of all Vedic knowledge, human beings, demigods, cows, and brahmanas. I already explained these pure transcendental activities which will vanquish the sinful activities of all living entities. This narration of Lord Rishabdev's pastimes is the reservoir of all auspicious things. Whoever attentively hears or speaks of them, following in the footsteps of the Acharyas, will certainly attain unalloyed devotional service at the lotus feet of the Lord Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I will get devotional service, bhakti. So, one may question, or while this Sukadeva Goswami was telling these things to Pariksit Maharaj, so Pariksit Maharaj, what he was thinking? It was described by Vishnu Jacob Thakur. Dhanya ayam priyavrata vanso jatra bhagavan Rishabdev avatirna. This priyavrata vanso, the dynasty of Priyavrata, in which Lord Rishabdev came. Similarly, Uttanpada Vanso api dhanya jatra Pruthu. Pruthu is another incarnation of the Lord. He came in the disciplic succession, in the Vasa Parampara, in the Parampara of Dhruva. Raghu Vanso api dhanya jatra Rama. Lord Rama came. It will describe 9th canto. Jaduvansa api subhaga jatra Krishna asmadya Jaduvansa. This is also very subhaga, very fortunate, because Lord Krishna came in Das Parampara, in Das Vansa. Asmadya Puru Vansastu Sarvato Ati Durbhago iti. Yudhishthira comes in the parampara of Puru. Puru, Jadu, and they are all 5 sons of Jajati Maharaj. But Lord Krishna, it is not stated that Krishna came in Jajanti Vansa. It is stated that Lord Krishna came in the Vansa of Jadu, Puru. It is most unfortunate. We are thinking, Pariksit Maharaj is thinking like that. So, Shukadeva Goswami could understand. That's why he said this verse 18. Rajan patirguradam bhavatang jadunam daivang priha kulapati kvacha kinkarvo astu evamanga bhagavan bhadatam mukundo mukting dadati karichis mana bhakti yoga. Sukadeva Goswami continued, my dear king, the supreme person Mukunda is actually the maintainer of all the members of the Pandava and Jadu dynasties. He is your spiritual master, worshipable deity, friend, and the director of your activities. To say nothing of this, he sometimes serves your family as a messenger or a servant. The Lord is a servant of his devotee. This means you are just as ordinary servants do. Those engaged in getting the Lord's favor attain liberation from the Lord very easily. Mukting dadati karich smana bhakti yogam. But he doesn't very easily give the opportunity to render direct service unto him as Pandavas. In this way, this chapter was all these points were described. So we'll hear in the next chapter, that is chapter 7, activities of King Bharata. Rishabdev has 100 sons. The eldest son is Bharat, in whose name this Varsa is known as Bharat Varsa. Previously it was known as Adhanava Varsa, we have described. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.